Hello, welcome to another video. In today's video I'm going to be talking about an experience I had recently and why I think it was not a very good experience, and I'll be explaining what was wrong and how we can correct it and exactly why it's wrong as well. Okay, so I went with a friend of mine to a somewhat local pushing hands class. But it was more of a Tai Chi class with some pushing hands in there, and we were both quite shocked by what was actually being taught when it came to the pushing hands. Now, I don't usually do a lot of fixed pushing hands, single pushing hands, but even so, what was being taught was, by my opinion, very bad practice. So for the first part, we're told to stand, so if I stand sideways, stand with our feet in straight parallel lines. So both of our feet completely straight. So I stand here. Now look what happens when I go back onto my rear foot. Okay, what looks wrong with this? I mean, could it be the fact that my actual my bows have all been compressed? I've got no room to actually move. This whole gap has been removed. So with removing that gap, I lose all my stability there. And as I come forward, I'm really having to try not to have my hips tilt backwards. If I go onto the side view, so as I come forwards, I can really feel the pull in my lower back, tilting my hips back, which is not comfortable, and that's going to really leave you not very good balance as you come forward. And as for going back, I'm already off balance here. I'm mostly over this leg. There's no room to move around. So as you're coming back trying to turn, your hips are going to jam right up. There's no space at all. If I open that out to a nice proper stance, so as you push in there, you've got all this room to turn. And you come back here, and that is nice and free. And as I go forwards, my hips can actually drop forwards, not push back. So again, if I just push my heel out to the position I was told to be in, you can see the difference that makes in my stance and my comfort as I come forwards. It just feels horrible. Okay? So the second thing, so sticking with that, one of the second points that was off as well was, as we were coming back, we were told to not come back with it, but to collapse the bow. Basically, it didn't say collapse the bow, it said let it come all the way back to the chest and then come back and turn. Now, this is really bad practice again, because in collapsing that space, you've got no freedom of movement. Plus, with your heel turned like that and your foot straight, you've got no freedom of movement in your hips as well. So you've just collapsed your bow all the way down to your chest. You're coming back, you've got barely any room to move. And you're supposed to turn that off to the side and then come back. So, yeah, not very happy with that. And take it a step further, when I was coming back, now I stop where I'm somewhat comfortable, because I don't want to overextend and put my balance over. No, that wasn't allowed. As I finished and I stopped, my partner, who was teaching me, said, no, you push further. So I have to overextend over there. And with this bad posture, I'm already overbalanced, so overextending is even worse. So I just wanted to correct these mistakes, really. So when you're standing, you need to have a nice arch here between your legs, a nice bow there, so you can have a nice comfortable stance, move backwards and forwards. With that, you gain freedom of movement. And yeah, if you want to have your feet more parallel, fine, but you need you can't do it like this. Take your sideways foot and bring your front foot more parallel with it. And you've still got this freedom of movement. You haven't closed down the gap between your legs, the bow there. So you've not compressed everything down. You just changed the angle of your front foot slightly. It still gives you plenty of room to move backwards and forwards. Okay? Another thing I was told as I was doing this was, as I came back to turn, I wasn't allowed to turn my foot. So, well, if I need more space, I need to turn my foot. That doesn't mean I'm lifting my foot off the floor. It doesn't mean that I'm reducing my connection to the floor. If I'm connected properly through the heel, and as I turn, I can bring that back around, and I can use that push from the heel to turn the foot and provide forward motion and pressure. So that was that. And there was another thing we were told as well when we started the class, was to basically take our socks off. It was a wooden floor, and we were told to grip the floor with our feet. Well, having been taught on a very slippery wooden floor wearing socks, I can tell you that when you've been doing it long enough and you're getting pushed around and you slide a bit, as you get better at it and you manage to actually root yourself to the floor better, you can see that the person pushing you ends up being the one sliding, even on a very slippery surface. So personally, I think maybe that could be useful for beginners to get an idea, but I wouldn't stick with that idea for too long. I find it very useful if you're slipping on the slippery surface. It's because you're not that well rooted to the floor. Okay, so sorry about this rant. Just wanted to get that out there, and that there are better ways to do things. So number one, nice comfortable stance. Open your quad, open your leg joints nice and comfortable. Allow your hips to be comfortable. As you come forwards, don't overextend. You shouldn't be over here. As you come back, don't collapse your bow and then move back, because you've already lost half your space. In some of the times that I've been teaching people that pushing hands, you start at a collapsed space, and it is moving from that collapsed space and giving yourself space. You're never removing that space deliberately. It's just crazy, right? So as you come back, you keep the bow, you keep enough pressure that they can still push you backwards, so they feel like they're getting somewhere, but you never completely let it drop down. So as that comes, then you turn. And you see, I've not dropped that back, I've moved back with it and then turn, and then that comes forward and it stops. Right? I don't want to be over here because there's a little pull there. It's going to pull you off balance. So I hope you find this video educational, and let me know what you think in the comments, and good luck with your training.